We come from a small town in Ohio. It's called Ironton. For us, Notre Dame was sort of our central. It was our mecca for the Catholic community for us. When Katie graduated, there was no surprise to us that she wanted to be in South Bend.
She was a manager who was tireless in trying to make sure that everything was taken care of, even to the point of doing things that weren't in her responsibility.
When you become a manager, you dedicate your life to the sport that you are involved in, and I think it sort of grew this love in her and this passion. She was able to take her sports and athletic background from high school and bring it to a forefront in college, which I think was incredible for her.
Katie's the one who made us go, that made everything make sense, make everything on time, and make sure everything went smoothly so that our coaches could coach, the players can play, everyone can do their own job.
Katie was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in 2008. We had no indication, no understanding of what type 1 diabetes was. She's very independent. She takes care of a lot of the details, and so she kind of did all that for herself. It's not something that hindered her in any way, but it is something that I think that she needed to have awareness about, and of course be very vocal with the people that she was around. Katie wasn't one to, flash her insulin pump as she was walking by, or, even on the days that she was having a hard time just because, her numbers maybe would have been out of whack or she was stressed out. I don't think she ever let her disease keep her from being the best that she could be. On the morning of June 8th, 2014, Katie's insulin pump stopped working. As a result of that, she had to go back to self-injections of insulin. Unfortunately, Katie has been on the pump for so long that she hasn't done the self-injections for years. The following morning, I'm a school teacher and I have the summers off. I ended up waking up early and then I found Katie unconscious. She ended up having seizures, and we are not sure why those seizures occurred. So once the ER doctor got her into the emergency room, they determined that it was medically necessary to put her into a coma. I don't think anybody had any indication of what this meant for Katie, what this meant for all of us.
I think when we found out the news about Katie, everyone was shocked, and I don't think everyone fully understood. One day we were joking with Katie about preparing for camp, and the next day she's in a coma.
The first people who showed up at the hospital was Coach McGraw, and it was the coaching staff. And the first thing they said is, what can we do? And I think in that moment, it gave me a time to breathe and know that I wasn't alone, that we aren't alone, because we did not just have the outpouring and love of the coaching staff of the women's basketball team, but immediately we had the connection of the University of Notre Dame.
One of our family members had a setback and they all wanted to help. So how do you earn that kind of respect? Well, you got to be a great young lady, as Katie was and continues to be.
We knew at that moment, Katie is going to be okay. Katie has everything that she needs, and we will be okay. As a result of all this, even in this moment that seems such like a storm for most people, we are very strong in our faith. And I think that this has not only provided us an opportunity to grow as a family in our faith, but we've been able to share that faith and educate on something that is important to our family. If you ask Katie, I don't think that Katie understands or realizes the impact that she's had. And we would do this for Katie because Katie would do this for us.
This past summer and continuing on to this season, our devotion and dedication to diabetes awareness has really been a big part of this program because it hit home for us.
Katie is part of the family, and she's part of the women's basketball family, which is really a close-knit group.
To bridge what Katie loves best, Notre Dame women's basketball and her diabetes, the team's outpouring and the coach's outpouring of love and support for us as a family. This has been a very difficult time for us, and they have been there every step of the way. They have become our family. They have been Katie's family all this time, and now Katie is sharing the Notre Dame family with us.